let's move on to the Chicago Bulls, somebody we have not really talked about, but we're going to be talking more about because the NBA season is starting to get into its stretch run as we get ready to head into All-Star break. The Bulls right now are, let me pull up the actual record. I should have had this up, but the actual record, I know they are a play-in team right now. They're currently the 9th seed. Their record is 21-25. They've lost two in a row, but compared to how they started, they're playing a lot better. I know the bar is in hell. But they lost by 10 points last night to the Los Angeles Lakers. But there's rumors. We all know that the Bulls have been trying to get rid of Zach LaVine. There was actually a quote by Brian Windhorst that said if they could trade him today, they would do it. So they've definitely been trying to get Zach up out of it. Zach came back from injury, then Zach got hurt again. And there was also a report from KC Johnson that he might have played his last game as the Bulls. With the Bulls, they might sit him until the actual trade deadline. Trade deadline is in 2 weeks on February 8th. And now we've got this report that has come from James Edwards of Athletics on the Bulls and division rival Detroit Pistons, allegedly in trade talks. And James Edwards says Chicago appears to be locked in on a package involving Bojan Bogdanovic and one of Detroit's blue chippers for LaVine. The Pistons have shown no interest in parting with any of Cade Cunningham, Jay Ivey, Duran, or Thompson. It is possible Detroit considers adding LaVine when if the Bulls' asking price goes down. He said the Bulls have no intentions of bringing their asking price down. And I don't think they should either. We can sit up here and talk about all we want about Zach LaVine. The fucking Indiana Pacers gave us 3 firsts for Pascal Siakam. And like Pascal Siakam, but I think Zach LaVine is a better player than Pascal Siakam. And I think that you can get more money. You can get more from him, especially if you're trading him in division. If I'm trading you in division, you gotta pay the 5. There's extra tax that comes with not just trading you in the conference, but in the same division. So this is one of those things where I do feel like from both sides, if you're the Bulls, you don't want Zach LaVine just to be like a contract trade. We understand that the contract is part of it, but Zach, no matter how you feel about him, he's too good of a player to just give up for nothing, in my personal opinion. Now, do I think you're going to get a Cade Cunningham? Hell no. Do I think you're going to get a Jaden Ivey? I don't think you will, but I think there's a better chance of that. But if it came to you as the Pistons, like, look, give y'all Bogdanovic and a couple picks, I think you take that and run. From how the Bulls want this season to go, not the fans. The Bulls obviously are going all in for this play-in, which is a nut sentence, but they want to go all in for this play-in. Bogdanovic adds to this team, another 3-point shooter adds to this team, and you get a couple picks to go with that because obviously your future is not with Zach LaVine. Now, I personally think that the Bulls are going to let this go down to the final wire, and I do think that they have a chance to get a Jaden Ivey because I know that they're just not going to trade him just to trade him, and you're obviously not going to trade Cade Cunningham. I do feel like if the Pistons want LaVine badly, that they will eventually cough up Jaden Ivey. What's your opinion on this rumor? And just like this whole, the Bulls basically saying, take him.
You should have traded him 2 years ago. Like, before you got into the signing offer sheets and matching offer sheets, you should have been made the deal. You should have been got rid of him and decided to go in a different direction. But I mean, I know this all stemmed from Lonzo Ball getting hurt because, they expected to have a point guard that could delegate. And when we did, they were really good. But, that fell apart and they should have moved him immediately. But, the Bulls being the Bulls, Arturis, man, all of the fanfare and, all of the bail we shot him when he first got here, that's dead. And so now you've really seen this team. The Bulls haven't made a move in like 2 years. Like a move. Like somebody was talking about this. Like they haven't made a single move, like to try to improve their roster, which is scary. So, I think with Zach, people always talk about clutch mafia. They're gonna try to keep him away from the Lakers. So if I'm with them, my price don't move. I damn near. I wanted Cade and Asar, but I definitely want one of them because I think Asar is who y'all think Pat Williams could be. If he can ever get in the gym and get his shot right, he does everything else like extremely well. If
you can get Cade for Zach LaVine, nigga, that is a grand slam. Like I'll start watching again.
and really quickly, not to shit on Detroit, but you talking about these guys are off limits. You motherfuckers lost 23 straight games. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Like,
nobody on that roster should be off limits.
Nobody's off limits, bro. Give us somebody and let's go. Let's get this shit over with.
And Dave McMenamin from the Lakers, he said there's an under 0% chance that Zach LaVine is traded to the Lakers. So I don't even think that even I personally do think the Bulls are going to get one of them young stars because I think they will rather keep Zach than to just trade him for pennies. You know what I'm saying? And I do think they're going to force feed Detroit. And like you said, Detroit needs a splash. You know what I'm saying? They need something to get it going. And not to say that Zach is a splash, but as much as Zach is the best player they would have. If they got Zach today, like I feel like Zach, a lot of the hate that Zach gets is unwarranted, if you want to be real with it. Zach, I think it's Bulls fans. It's Bulls fans' fault, and it's AK thought for thinking he was anything more than a number 3 guy on a really, really good team. I think Bulls fans and AK overvalued Zach. And now we want to sit here and act like Zach is bad at basketball when he's not. You know what I'm saying? Zach has flaws for sure, but I still think Zach is arguably top 5 shooting guard in the NBA. He's probably 5, but I still think he's in that conversation. So if I'm gonna give it to you in fucking division, I'm gonna need one of them niggas you got on your team. And honestly, I don't want to hear about Durant or Thompson. I'm gonna need Cade or Jade Ivey. One of them two, or we'll go on and talk to somebody else. Because I think if you're in division, that tax has got to be even more.
That paper on these player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other